Hi dear students, welcome to Sophia Academy. Welcome to the section of Mathematics of Class 10. In the last topic we were discussing about the introduction part of probability, and today let us get into the exercise of the chapter probability. So dear students, regarding probability we studied in our previous class what all things are necessary, especially the sample space and the only one equation which deals with all these things, right? We studied all of those things in our previous session. And today in this session we are going to discuss about the problems, how to solve them. It's actually very simple, one by one. In the last class, whatever we have studied about the introduction part, how to understand the problems, and now we are going to the theoretical part. We are going to practice those things, okay? So here let us take the first question before you. If P of E is equal to 0.05, even though it is written as 0.05, when we used to pronounce it as 0.05. So probability of E is equal to 0.05. What is the probability of P of not E? So here P of E is given 0.05, and what you have to do? You have to find P of not E. Not E. I told you about certain events that whenever you are taking the total, even we will say the total probability is 1. So P of E means the occurrence of E. P of not E means it's not going to happen, that event. So altogether, if it is 1, here very clearly it is written that P of E is equal to 0.05. So we will write, given P of E is equal to 0.05, we have P of E plus P of not E is equal to 1. Total probability is 1, right? We know. Now, as you know that P of E is equal to 0.05, it is given. So you have to substitute there, right? You have to substitute. So when you are substituting the value, you will get a 0.05 plus P of not E is equal to 1. That is, P of not E is equal to, taking this 0.05 to the right hand side, it will become 1 minus 0.05, and the final answer will be 0.95. Isn't it easy? So that's all. So that's all about this one. You have to understand the topic, and when getting the question, you have to make it like this. You are bringing it like this. You have to write that P of E plus P of not E. Whatever event it is, that event plus its complementary event. P of not E, it's what we call complementary event. So the complementary event altogether it becomes 1. If you understood that thing in your mind, very fast you will be able to solve these typical types of problems. Hope you understood, right? Okay, next question. A bag contains of 3 red balls and 5 black balls, and a ball is drawn from this bag randomly. What is the probability that the ball drawn is a red ball, and what is the probability that the ball drawn is not red? So first of all, you have to find what is the probability that it is a red ball. Then you have to find it is not red. So now one by one, what is given you have to mention. What is given here? Inside a bag there are 3 red balls, 5 black balls. So you will write the number of red balls is equal to 3. Number of black balls is equal to 5. Total number of balls is equal to 3 plus 5, that is 8. Right? Altogether there are 8. Means the total outcome is 8. Did you got that idea? The total outcome is 8. Among this 8, out of this 8, 3 are red and 5 are black. That's the only difference. And now, out of this 8, what you have to find? You have to find the probability that the ball is red. So what was our equation? Favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. What is our favorable outcomes? How many balls are red? Tell me how many balls are red? There are 3. What is the total number of balls? It is 8. So out of 8, there are 3. So the answer of probability of a red ball is equal to, we will write P of red ball is equal to, we will read it as probability of, but we will write it as P of red ball, or P of occurrence of a red ball is equal to 3 divided by 8. Means out of 8, there are 3 balls. Now the next question is not red. So here actually, see, this question is so important. See, understand like this. There are only 2 typical types of colors. One is of black color and another one is of red color. So if it is not red, then what is the question? It's really asking what about the probability of black balls. That's the question actually it is. But here we will do, whenever you are getting not red, not something like, whenever you are hearing the word not, we will make it like this, that P of not red is equal to 1 minus P of red, because you know P of red plus P of not red is equal to 1, right? Means P of occurrence and P of just opposite, P of a complementary event, all together we will say it is 1. The total probability is 1. So here we already know that P of red plus P of not red is equal to 1. So here you have to find P of not red. So P of not red is equal to 1 minus P of red. That is equal to 1 minus, what is P of red? 3 by 8. So 1 minus 3 by 8, and that will become 8 by 8 minus 3 by 8, right? 8 by 8 minus 3 by 8, and finally the answer will become 5 by 8. 5 by 8. So P of not red, it is equal to 5 by 8. So in other words, we can say if it is not red, it is black. So what about the probability of black? It's 5 by 8 itself, because there are 5 black balls, and total out of 8 balls there are 5 black balls. So actually that is the thing itself, but here they asked in another manner, not red. They are not specifically asking what is the probability of black. Instead, they are just twisting the question, and they are just asking to you that what is the probability that the ball is not red. That's all. Okay, like that you can understand. Next one. A box contains 5 red marbles, 8 white marbles, and 4 green marbles. So there is a box. It contains what things are there? There are 5 red marbles are there, 8 white marbles are there, 4 green marbles are there. And if a marble is drawn randomly, find the probability that the marble drawn is a red marble. Second one, the marble drawn is a white marble. Third one, the marble drawn is not green. It's not green. So first of all, what things are given? We will have to write. What are given? Red, right? The first one is red. So we will write the total number of red marbles is equal to 5. The total number of white marbles is equal to 8. The total number of green marbles is equal to 4. So the total number of marbles is equal to altogether 17, because 5 plus 8 plus 4 altogether it is 17. So out of 17 marbles, there are 5 red, 8 white, and 4 green. Keep this in your mind. Now what is our question? So the total outcome we got 17. Individually we know how many red are there, how many white are there, how many green are there. Individually we know them, right? So now what we have to do? We have to consider our question. What is the question? Find the probability that the marble drawn is red. So probability of a red marble is equal to, how many red are there? There are 5 red out of 17. So 5 by 17, that's it. 5 by 17, it's very easy, right? So another one, probability of white. What is probability of white? How many whites are there? There are 8 white marbles. So 8 by 17, that's it. 8 by 17 is that answer. Probability of white. Next one, it's a little bit tough one. Just very carefully if you're dealing, you will get it. Probability of not green. It's not that probability of green, probability of not green. So probability of not green is equal to 1 minus probability of green, right? 1 minus probability of green. That is equal to 1 minus 4 by 17, and that is equal to 13 divided by 17. So whenever you are getting not, forget not 1 minus, you will have to do like that. That's the only thing which you have to keep in your mind. Okay, next, one more question. I told you that studying about cards are very important. So here goes a question regarding cards. So normally they used to ask about a deck of cards, but here a question is a little bit different. Let us watch the question. Here it goes. 5 cards, 10, jack, a queen, a king, and an ace of diamonds. Oh, 5 cards are there. One is of a number card, it's of 10. Another one is a face card, jack. Another one is of a king. Another one of a queen, and finally a ace. So there are 5 diamond cards, and they are well shuffled by their face down. So you are keeping the face upside down, and you are just shuffling them one by one. You are taking the cards and you are just shuffling them. How many cards are there? 5. Okay, there are 5 cards and we are shuffling. And from this shuffled cards, one card is picked out, and we have to find the probability that the card picked is a queen. First of all, you have to find that the card picked is a queen. So tell me, how many cards are there one by one? Total number of outcomes is 5, because there are 5 cards. Individually, you know, there is a number card which is 10. Then jack, queen, king, and ace, 1 each. Right? Now our question is, what is the probability that the card drawn is a queen? So probability of card drawn as a queen card is equal to, how many queen cards are there? 1. Altogether, how many cards are there? 5. So out of 5, 1. 1 by 5. Got it, right? Now here comes the question. This is very important point. Listen to this one. If the queen is drawn and kept aside, right now among these 5 cards, 1 was queen and you took it out. You picked it out, right? And now if you are picking that queen out and if you are dropping it down, if you are keeping it down, so at that time, in this condition, what is the probability that the next card, that means the second card, is an ace? What is the probability that the card is an ace? And what is the probability that the card is a queen? 2 more questions from that side. So now what happened? Out of 5 cards, 1 card is chosen. That is the queen card. You took out the diamond queen and you dropped it down. Now how many cards are you having? There are 4 cards, right? There are only 4 cards. Among these 4 cards, our question is, what is the probability that there is an ace? So probability of ace is equal to, how many aces are there? There is only 1 ace. So 1 by 4. We will say it is 1 by 4. Because it is not 1 by 5, because out of 5, right now we dropped 1. Now altogether we are having only 4 cards. So 1 by 4. Next one, what is the probability that it is queen? Again 1 by 4. Is it? No. Why? Because already you dropped the queen downwards. Now there is no queen in your hand. There is no queen. Then how can you say 1 by 4? We can't, right? So we can say there is no queen. How come that the next card, the second card also will become queen? How is it possible? Because there was only a single queen of diamond. And now we already picked it and kept it aside. And now there is no queen. So we will say this is a 0 event. The probability is 0. So we will say the probability of queen is equal to 0. Did you got it? That's it. Like this you can understand. Now, one more question from this side. A box contains 90 discs numbered from 1 to 90. If one card is drawn at random, find the probability that it bears a 2-digit number, second one a perfect square number, and finally a number which is divisible by 5. So this single question is calculated into 3 subdivisions. So just imagine that there are 90 cards which are numbered 1 up to 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. 90 cards are there, and on the disc you have written 90. 1, 2, 3 like that, you have numbered them up to 90. Okay, there are 90 cards. And in this 90 cards, what you have to do? You have to draw one card at random. And you have to find the probability that this card which is drawn is a 2-digit number. So now just imagine how many 2-digit numbers are there between 1 and 90. That is the question. All together, you know the total outcome is 90. So first of all, we will write the total outcome is equal to 90. So out of 90 will come one, each of our answers, out of 90. Right? Every time the denominator part will be 90 itself. Now tell me, how many numbers are there which are of 2 digits? Tell me which is the first 2-digit number. It is 10, right? Up to 90. Up to 90. So 10 to 90, how many numbers are there? 90 minus 10. What is it? 90 minus 10. It is 80 plus 1, 81. Right? 90 minus 10, then you have to add one more. That's the way how to calculate, because from 1 to 90, how many cards are there? From 1 to 90, 90 cards are there. How did you got it? 90 minus 1, it is 89 plus 1. From 1 to 10, how many numbers are there? 10 numbers are there. How did you got it? How did you got it? 10 minus 1 plus 1. From 2 to 9, how many numbers are there? So 9 minus 2, it is 7 plus 1, 8 numbers are there. So this is the way how to calculate the numbers, right? So from 10 to 90, we can say there are 81 numbers. So we will say, therefore the probability of a 2-digit number is equal to 81 divided by 90, and that's equal to 9 by 10. When you're cutting them short by the table of 9, if you're totally dividing by 9, you will get it as 9 by 10. Every time, remember, you have to make it into the simplest form. Okay. Now, second one, what is the probability that the card is a perfect square number? How many perfect square numbers are there? Let us count one by one. How many perfect squares or numbers are there? The first perfect square number is 1 itself. Next one is the square of 2, 4. Next one is the square of 3, 9. Next one is the square of 4, 16. Square of 5, 25. Square of 6, 36. Then square of 7, 49. Square of 8, 64. Square of 9, 81. Square of 10, 100. Can you say 100? No, because up to 90 only we can do. So altogether 5 plus 4, 9 numbers are there. Right? 9 numbers are perfect square numbers. So we will say 9 out of 90. So 9 divided by 90. Again, you can cut it by the table of 9 and you will get it as 1 by 10. Now finally, what is the third one? The number which is divisible by 5. So what is the first number which is divisible by 5? It is 5 itself. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 45, like that. One by one you have to count. 5, 10, 15, then 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85 and 90. You can't take 95, right? Up to 90. So altogether how many numbers are there? There are 18 numbers. So our answer will be 18 divided by 90. Again you can cancel it by 18th table itself because 18 5s are 90 and you can write it as 1 by 5. Isn't it easy? That's it. So these are only some particular problems which we have to deal with. It's so simple actually. Very fast you will be able to understand this topic. It's so easy and very easily coverable. Okay, so I hope you understood today's session. That's it for today's class and our chapter. We are winding up here. So in this chapter we studied about probability, we studied about the occurrence of event, we studied about certain event, we studied about zero event, and we studied that the probability, total probability will become 1, and we studied about the special case where the probability will become 0, right? So all these things, keep this in your mind every time. The probability of anything, it lies between 0 and 1 only. So I hope you understood and you enjoyed today's class. Meet you again with the next chapter in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.